mean, look, the things that I'm excited about, Backstreet Boys, nut allergies,
kick-ass females.
I almost... It's cereal. I almost drowned in cereal.
Cereal does become a big part of the Burr episode, I will say. Is there something, can we talk about, because I think Matthew, obviously, like, people get the, like, elevator pitch of, like, you're in the show. Obviously, we're talking about...
Elevator. I told today I'd never heard elevator pitch. That's how...
It's good.
That's how the whole show was for me. Elevator pitch. Okay.
I don't know that that's, like, the hip, like
we would do this pitch in an elevator is the idea? Like, before we got to the floor, very fast.
Very quick pitch.
I understand now. Thank you very much.
But I feel like, obviously, there had to be more for it for you, and what was it about kind of the remix on kind of the traditional role that was really interesting to you for where Burr goes?
Well, I honestly didn't think of it that way too much, but you know, I thought the character is he has a nice speech about that funds getting the amount of work he has to do to just keep the school kind of going. That he buys his own pencils because it takes too long to fill out the forms to get pencils, and that his whole career has turned into administrative. It's very hard to be a teacher, and I thought that was compelling. I liked that about him, and gradually, as the story goes, I think he's been driven gradually. You know, it's had a bad effect on him all those years. You know.
Matthew just said he almost drowns in cereal, okay? Matthew's character...
Is that a spoiler?
No.
That's
it's
actually
just,
the best tease ever.
It's just an example of that Matthew does a bunch of stuff Matthew's never done as an actor before in this show, and it's kind of amazing to watch.
I completely missed it the first time too, but I love that he plays Overwatch and he like plays Sombra.
Yeah, thermoptic camo.
Thermoptic camo.
That's a great detail that I missed the first time around, but like I wish I had picked up on. Now, obviously, I've been asking these guys a bunch of questions, but we do have mics. We do have an opportunity for you guys to ask questions. I at least have one microphone right here. Do you want to come up and get in line, or you can ask in the microphone right here? I see some raised hands. You, by proximity of being closest, you are our first question. How about that?
Okay, this is for Matthew, Mr. Broderick. Having been in War Games, Ferris Bueller, having been a teenager during those movies, what's it like working with a bunch of teenagers?
Oh, it was great. Like everybody said, particularly Colin. Yeah. No, but I did. You were great, all of you. I was so happy to be around them. I wanted to tell some dumb story about it reigniting my love of acting, watching young people, which is not true. But I will say it was very nice to be around them, and also when I was a youngster in those movies that you mentioned, very often there'd be an actor, you know, somebody I had admired my whole life I was working with, and some of them were so incredibly kind to me. It made a huge effect on me when I was a kid. So I did try my best every now and then to, you know, offer some sort of... I tried to be supportive, to tell you the truth, because people always were to me. So I know how hard it is to be like the youngster, the lead of a thing, and you need people to be supportive and tell you you're doing good. So I tried to do that.
Say fair.
He did.
Next question.
So we made reference to the pop culture references before. I just need to know who is the supernatural superfan, because we have the Sam Dean character.
Colin's a supernatural superfan, isn't he?
Colin.
I mean, that's actually the reason why I came. I'm not even gonna lie.
It's so cool. You know, when I first read the script, I made the connection right away, obviously.
Of course.
But that wasn't the same experience for everyone else, and that wasn't the intention either.
It wasn't the...
Wait, so it was a coincidence? Yeah,
that's a pretty incredible...
We wrote it and we didn't know Colin yet. So it just kind of worked. I mean, we think it's fate, right? It's a little bit like the universe telling us this.
We like to feel like it's definitely the hand of fate telling us that this was meant to be.
Some would say it's supernatural.
Some would
say.
Well done.
Listen, I'm available if you need writers.
Can I ask
red nose. I fell off somewhere.
Anyone see a red nose?
Yes.
It's the end of the day. So does this mean, are we going to work in an intentional supernatural reference in season 2?
Yes, we have to now.
You have to.
She can write it.
I can. I absolutely can.
She's going to start working on drafts.
Thank you, Magic. Don't put it wrong way.
Perfect.
Just leave your number.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome. Next question.
Hi, my name is Hawk Lee, HOC space LY, Nighthawk Films, Night HOC Films, one word. I'm a film company, but basically I nosebled at the second atomic bomb because it was so visceral. I'm like an empath. So I guess my question to the whole group is, how does the young generation, how can we make the world a better place? Thank you.
Ali?
Right, exactly.
I think that we all think. I think that this is the new generation, and I think this is a really good time for this show to be coming out, especially with everything going on in the world. And as a lot of people are saying, we are the new generation, Generation A for Apocalypse. Ooh. Generation Apocalypse, make it a thing.
Okay.
And we're coming in hot. So look out for the new generation, because we're here.
And it's about like respecting young people and their opinions, and the fact that they are the future, and therefore their opinions are as valid. As we've seen, recently in social media, people like Greta Thunberg who are doing incredible things for the world, and certain people being a little rude on Twitter about her, and it's about people encouraging that and supporting that, and if anyone can help, we should support anyone who's brave enough to try.
Yeah, I think it's about banding together. Daybreak is all about finding your tribe and finding those that you can lean on in hard times, and I think that, we can continue to come together, and then we can make the world a better place.
And I think so, too, like with our show, it's all about staying woke, right? And Daybreak does that. It's entertainment, it's fun, but it does allow you to stay woke.
And I think it is interesting too, like this is a show that takes place after the apocalypse, but it's not a show about the apocalypse. It's not a show about finding out what caused the apocalypse. It's about this group of people having to really find themselves and become adults, so to speak, and really mature as the inheritors of this new world. And I think you guys definitely play into that in at least the episodes that I've seen so far.
It's interesting because the characters want the same things, really, before and after the apocalypse. It's just they've been given a chance to do it in a different light. So it's interesting to look at how that changes throughout the series.
Great question. Thank you.
Thank you. I love the Black Panther imagery and the Warriors. Yeah. Peace.
Awesome. Next question.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hi.
So, as we've seen, this show is a blend of many different genres. So my question is, going down the line for everyone, what is everybody's favorite genre?
Science fiction for me. I've always wanted to do science fiction. I grew up loving like James Cameron, like all science fiction. My mom read science fiction. We only had science fiction and fantasy. So my mom had like a mini library in her house. I didn't have a TV till I was like 8 or something. So I read, Lord of the Rings when I was like 6 or whatever. And so it's fantasy, science fiction for sure.
Comedy. Samurai.
Comedy.
I think comedy.
Is Wes Anderson a genre?
It is now.
Sci-fi. Sci-fi, oh god.
I'm going to say this because our show is, I'm going to say dramedy.
Yeah.
I say I love every genre, but if I had to choose one, drama or fantasy.
Definitely drama. Yeah.
I like drama too, come to think.
Yeah, Matthew.
Thrillers, gangsters.
We'll start again. We'll go down the line again. Okay, second favorite genre. Next question.
Hey, my name's Anna. I have lots of family in Glendale because I'm Armenian, so I appreciate those references. So I really love the show and the cast dynamics, and then the chemistry on stage is like really awesome. So I'm sure there's a ton, but any funny like on-set stories or anything that you could share?
I have one about Greg, the Armenian. I would go up to direct Greg and I say, Greg, don't do it like this. And I would like do a version, and then he would just do exactly what I did. And I'd say, Greg, don't do what I'm telling you not to do this. And he's like, all right, Brad, no problem. And they would just do that thing, and he would never stop.
Me and Austin have one.
Okay, and we never told anybody until
swore never to speak of it until now.
We swore never to speak of it.
This is the perfect place to talk about it.
No one's gonna know.
Basically, we were doing a car scene, and obviously Angelica has some fun gadgets. And one of them happens to be attached to her backpack. It's a mini tiny little blowtorch that's like this big. And we were just playing around, hanging out.
We just
clicked it, and it turned on. And we thought it was fake. So
thought it was fake.
It quickly turned on, and we were like, "Oh my god, it's a real one!" It was real. It
So
was like,
it was
because it was
like-
turned off.
It was turned
but
off.
I accidentally turned it on.
Yeah.
So safety belts.
We actually gave you a blowtorch? What is happening right now?
No, we didn't.
No, that didn't happen.
Nope.
There's a school teacher somewhere hiding.
You're such a prankster. You.
Oh, that's a funny made-up story. The 10-year-old did not get a blowtorch.
Nope.
Netflix, plug your ears. Please God.
Everything is rigged to be like off and safe like all the time. So it was just like, and it was this time too. Because it didn't happen.
I feel like the mall, when you get to it, like that's a rare setting where a lot of you are together in the same place too. I feel like that set must have just been, was it in an actual mall?
No, we
Built it?
They built
was
yes.
again very
Built a mall on a stage.
It looks amazing. It looks like a place that I would totally want to spend the bulk of.
Malls sound like crap. Like when you go to the mall and try to shoot, it's like the echoiest,
Right.
crappiest sound ever. So we were like, we can't do this.
They were like, they did it for Stranger Things. We're not doing it again. We've learned our mistake.
Maybe that has something to do with it.
Next question.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Little kids in size these days. So, I can't remember your name, but you're one of my favorite characters.
Or Angelica.
Oh, that would be me.
So I'm gonna call you Angelica. My name is Taylor, and I'm also very creepy. Once you get to know me, I look adorable though. So, my question is, what's the craziest thing you've ever had to done on the stage for the movie?
That's a good question.
I can hear the people saying, "Ah."
She's gonna be here next year cosplaying as Angelica. Oh, for sure.
Remember that time you never handled real flame?
Remember that time you didn't have a blowtorch?
No,
That was so
never.
good.
I got to do lots of really fun stuff, and I'm having a hard time trying to pick. Oh,
Your
yeah,
shoes.
That's of course, yeah. Oh my God, so much. But probably my favorite thing was I got to wear these shoes that were Doc Martens, but they were carved out on the bottom and they had wheels, so it was like wheelies. And I got to wheelie around the set, and it was so much fun. But yeah, that's definitely the most fun thing I've ever done on set. I just was like
the craziest thing.
That's the craziest.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of crazy lines.
A lot of crazy lines. Also, we got to do this thing where I went. This is actually Krista brought this. I forgot about this, but we got to go in a pit of ghoulie Santas. We had to fight them off. Oh yeah. And that was insane. They weren't real ghoulie Santas, obviously, but it was still really, really fun. That was definitely one of the craziest things I've ever done on set.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So, first of all, Matthew Broderick, I love everything that you've done, especially your work in the producing.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I love everything you've done, especially your work in the producers, your singing.
Thank you.
So, two questions. One, will you be singing at all in Daybreak? And 2, are we going to see more of that seahorse guy? Because I have so many questions.
Todd Altman makes it back.
Yeah. What seahorse guy?
Todd Altman.
He's a
he
horse
under-identifies as a seahorse.
Or a horse of the sea.
I don't know. What was the I'm sorry.
You're gonna sing.
Oh no, I don't. No, I'm not. I didn't sing. I watched Krista sing. That was something. And yeah, I pitched a theme song for it, but nobody seemed to like it. And
you whistled. You whistled.
I did whistle. You're right. I bet that's not in it.
It is in it, and in fact, the other person that we need to give a shout out to is Andrew Lockington.
Yes, the music.
Our closer. Our music composer.
Yeah. That was really helpful because I had a tape of you that you made for me to learn that. We have never met. No. I feel like a magician now. We've never met, is that correct? But I learned this. I think I learned it properly. A ditty to whistle.
You did.
Yeah, which was good. It was really helpful. It was eerie and scary thing. Spoiler. Never mind.
I feel like whistles okay. Yeah.
Principal Burr whistles.
Yeah. I shouldn't have said eerie. My phones are ringing. You know what? I'm being called by the God.
That was perfectly tapping out of this spoiler-filled answer.
Yeah, but I don't sing in it. But I wish I did. I did whistle.
I want to know what
That's the short answer.
was.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And this is perfect time because we do only have time for one more question. So you're our big finale.
I already had a flu shot.
The classroom scene where it slowly fades into the apocalyptic classroom. How long did that actually take to shoot?
2 days. It was two. It's
separate days.
2 separate days. It's a motion control camera rig. So we did a pass. That's so boring. I'm so sorry.
No, I mean, the whole
nerd.
thing of watching it was amazing. So
Yeah, it's like you do one. I think we did. I want to say we did 30-something passes. So it's a mechanized camera with it's computer programmed. So you do the shot. I did the shot with Colin. So I timed it out to Colin, and it had a hole in the wall, and he did the whole thing where only half of the debris is real. The stuff he steps on is real. And then when we were happy with our take, we walked away, and the camera is recorded its move. And then we bring in all the chairs and do row by row of all the chairs. Everything's, by the way, everything is like nailed to the floor. All the books are nailed to the desk. Like nothing can move. And then we do it row by row and then person by person. And so we then have complete control in post, and we can wipe it all out. And then all the dust in the hole and all that's done digitally.
I mean, it was fab. Like, it was a great scene.
I love it too as a director. I'm like, this is the best thing ever. I'm so happy somebody liked it.
And the costumes are incredible, and I definitely want to cosplay someone.
Yes!
Probably one of the cheerleaders.
Mona.
Cheer us on.
Next year.
Yes, please.
Halloween. Well, awesome. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all so much for being here. Daybreak, you can binge the whole thing, and I know you'll want to on October 24th. We also have a gift for you guys. There are exclusive Daybreak pins in the back of the room that you can pick up. Let's give one more huge round of applause for this amazing cast and creative team.